And welcome back to episode 116 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm. Late as fuck to the party. That motherfucker be over by the time he get there, King.
Hey, what's going on, Cliff?
Shit, you know. Just another one.
Hey.
Few things to talk about today. So I figured we'd hit them one time.
Absolutely. What you trying to start with?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of hard not to start with the Kelvin Joseph situation. You hear about that?
Yeah.
Cornerback
He
for
might
the
have
Cowboys.
Cowboys murder. He might be connected to murder.
Involved in a homicide. He said he admitted to being in the truck. He just wasn't the one that shot. Basically from the story, from the article, it sounded like what he was saying was he was riding in the car with them, but he had no idea that they planned on doing that, because I guess they were both friends. The guy that died and the shooters were all friends, and an argument happened throughout the night, and they left, from wherever they was at, a bar or wherever, and he hopped in the car with them, and as they was pulling off, the dude rode around where dude's car was and shot him as he was getting into his car. So I guess it sounded like he was had no idea shit, because the Cowboys knew before the police knew.
Right.
And somebody that killed somebody isn't going to their team, their coach or whatever, I just saw a murder type shit. Mm-hmm. They keeping that to themselves.
Right.
So I guess he's told the Cowboys. Cowboys urged him to involve the police, to contact the police and let them know everything he knows about the situation. So apparently he did that, and the Cowboys released a statement saying that they're aware of his possible involvement in the homicide. They pay respects and wish everybody the best involved, but that's all that they can say at the moment. Which is kind of weird to me, right? Because we all know the guilt by association laws.
Right.
Don't matter if you didn't know about it, you was in the car with the motherfuckers. So now that's also for people like me and you. He got a lot more money to play with
than
we would. So he could possibly get off on it. And my first thought wouldn't be that he would get off on something like this. But looking at how it's being handled by the Cowboys and everybody makes me feel like he may have a good chance of getting off.
He could. I mean, got Jerry Jones cutting you checks. He has power within himself.
Listen, now Jerry Jones, you are correct about that. That is definitely the guy that I would want to have in my corner if I was about to fight a case.
Now, if the Cowboys don't cut him, we know that Jerry and the Cowboys obviously
they got him back. They got his back, right?
They got his back, but they cut you now. You might get convicted.
Now, I also saw that the NFL, I don't think it's the Player Association, but somebody's trying to get him out of there on the rules. What's it called? Like the league, the values or morals and values rules or whatever. Like
Yeah.
NFL's morals and values. They're trying to get him off of the Cowboys with that. That's tough too, because like you said, if he's out of the Cowboys, I hope Jerry gives you all of his lawyer connects before they cut you loose. Because if not, I think it's bad, man. I think it's bad. Unless,
doesn't look good.
Yeah, the only way I can see it being halfway decent for him is if they caught it on camera.
Right.
Well, we know they caught it on camera, but I mean, like, what led up to it? Like, if they caught the incident of them arguing and starting it up in the club, and then leaking out into the parking lot and all that, and you see, if you see Joseph, like, over there, like, you know, not paying attention or trying to break it up type shit, that looks good on his behalf when they bring it to the courts. He can then be like, listen, I was trying to mediate the situation. I didn't know anything about it. I just was hopping in with my ride home. Didn't know he was going to pop off like that.
Right. That's true.
That's the only way I can see him getting out of it. I mean,
wrong place, wrong time kind of thing.
It seems like it. It seems like it because this was only his second year in the league. Well, he was just drafted in 2021. So this would have been his first year in the league. Yeah, this would have been his rookie season. I think I heard he only had 2 starts last season. So it's not like he's I mean, he could still be somebody that they're definitely interested in. But out of 2 starts, I mean, I would imagine that doesn't look too good either for you, unless it was due to injury.
Don't look good in the NFL being a black man. You know,
they already got Trayvon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? So they got a good corner, even if they let you go.
Yeah, you don't have much going in your favor for you.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, I wish everybody the best out of the situation. It just seems like an unfortunate incident, but I don't know, my G. It looks like rough waters ahead for you. I ain't gonna lie about it.
Right.
And see, that's the thing about it, man. Like, you've arrived once you made the league. You gotta watch your moves. You gotta watch who you move with. You got all that. Like, I don't care if we were best friends before, my G. You're not about to get me in trouble.
Yeah, because you're not gonna go down with me.
Right. You're not about to.
Sense.
And even if you do go down with me, you aren't gonna pay my family all this money I would have been making while I was
say you're not losing.
Right.
What I'm losing out on. Right. No, you're right, Cliff. What they say, you can't bring everybody with you. You can't take everybody with you.
Listen,
everybody can't come.
That seems like that's a perfect example for all the youngins coming up, all the little shorties out there watching from afar. Pay attention to that, G, because that's tough to be right there. You right that close to the promised land and just got it snatched up. And even if it doesn't get snatched up, you still gonna have a stigma on you for the rest of your career in the league. They still gonna look at you like he don't know how he got bad decision making skills. Watch that, man.
Right. It like you said, it sets the narrative, you know, and you gotta control that narrative, especially being a young black athlete. We can't do the same. Like, I think me and you might have talked offline about it, but it's kind of relevant to this. So, like, did you hear about that NASCAR fight the other week?
The one with the one they were showing where the dude was he punched him. He hit him like 3 good times, and then dude was grabbing him like he was just holding.
Yeah,
he just said
it wasn't even really a fight.
Right.
It wasn't even. But
little dude did. He stuck him like 3 times, 3 good times.
He did.
Because he didn't know he was ready. He didn't know he was going to fire off like that. He walked up like, what? Like, I didn't even hear it. You couldn't even hear it, and you just know he was like, what are you going to do? Do something. Do something about it. And he fired off in his ass like,
he ate him.
Dude had to hit the hole like a boxer that got rocked in the ring. He was
hit
like,
the Harlem Shake.
Grab him. Yeah. Grab this nigga up.
I wasn't ready. he got worse than Chris Rock. But the point that I was making, Cliff, was basically just saying like, nothing's probably going to come out of that from what I've heard. Any suspensions,
right?
Like it's not. But again, if it's a black man or black men involved, we all know we can't play by the same rules as the rest of society.
But they weren't black. Neither one of them were black.
That's what I'm saying. And they didn't get it wasn't a big deal.
I follow.
No one's,
right.
This is, remember the slap Will Smith and Chris Rock, not to keep bringing it up, but people were, I can't sleep at night. I was terrified. It just hurt me. It scarred me. But there was just a NASCAR fight the other week, and ain't nobody losing sleep over that.
But at the same time, we know the caliber of people watching the Oscars is not the same caliber of people watching NASCAR, and NASCAR people don't give a fuck about a little fight on the side of the.
You're right. You're right. But I know some of them people that, like you said, them Oscar kind of people, I know they're making them bets on the NASCARs because that's the second most popular sport. They don't give a
fuck about that. They care about their money. Did I win or not? Oh, they fought?
Right.
What was the payout? Is what I'm asking.
Right.
I don't give a fuck
behind
about
the doors.
them.
Behind the doors, they're like, "Oh, I lost. He lost.
And you
kick
know
his
what?
ass. Yeah, go.
Right.
Get him.
Right. And now that I think about it, I think if any sport you should be able to fight in, I think it should be NASCAR. Like, fuck hockey, you should be able to fight in NASCAR.
Right.
Because you can legally ram into somebody on that track, and you're doing hundreds of miles an hour. Right. You're essentially fucking with my life when you try to pass me and ram the back of my tire. So just understand, when we hit that finish line, you gonna have to see me about that. This car costs almost $1 million with all the different modifications you got to do to it, and you just caused me to spin out and fuck this shit. Oh, you gonna have to see me when you cross that finish line. I don't care if you keep your helmet on or not. You're gonna have to.
That's what dude did. That's the dude had his helmet on.
That was some soft shit. Like, I ain't about to let you hit me in my face. I'm gonna keep this helmet on.
He was tagging him.
But at the same time, my G had vision through that visor. Like, I'm still putting these right on the money.
Like, he was practicing.
Chin, one to the body. I'm gonna give him to you.
But like I was just saying, I just basically these young black male athletes or athletes in general have to be careful. Who you're around, what you're doing.
Right.
You can lose it all in a matter of seconds, minutes, whether it's your life. Because once again, Cliff, I've kind of continued to still think about this whole Dwayne Haskins thing, and I talked to other people about it too and got their perspectives. It's like, what were you, like, what, why? Like, so many questions, like, how did this, you were on foot, got hit, like you said, were you trying to speed against traffic? Like, why? Like,
bottom line is, unless somebody was there, nobody's going to know.
Right.
Nobody's going to know the true detail of the matter.
And it's so sad that based off of his narrative, connecting the dots of what we knew about him, what we thought we knew about him, people, said, oh, he was lazy, or he just had an attitude. Remember in Washington, he had an attitude,
right.
He wasn't mature enough. But people are going to always think, maybe he caused it. Maybe it was his fault or something he did. It might have not been. It might have really been something unfortunate that happened. So my whole point was just really, like you said, controlling that narrative as an athlete, as a person, because
yeah, you play. You know how it goes. You play with a different set of rules,
right? And
it's not even always in sports. Just in general, a lot of times, just your skin to have you playing with a different set of rules, and
your call-offs is different.
And I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Like, that's where I lose a little bit of empathy. Is regardless of you being a black athlete that made it to the league, you knew that shit. You knew that shit beforehand. You knew that shit, and you still chose to make the decision.
Right.
You had a lot to lose, a lot riding on you, and you still chose to make a questionable decision. You knew that shit. That's on you.
Right. I would have been out. Look, I'm bougie. Cliff, the moment that when it got escalated between the homies, yeah, I'm about to go ahead and ride out.
Right. I'll catch an Uber.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all
right.
handle that. I'll catch an Uber.
Yeah. Right. Especially if it's getting, I'm sure there was something leading up to it, right? Like some sort of No, okay. I'm kind of confused on this too. This is your boys. I'll get into it. It happens.
Right.
How does it lead to murder? You know what I'm
I
saying,
mean,
Cliff? Like,
alcohol. Alcohol. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, alcohol and not being. I don't want to put it that way. Alcohol and somebody with the amount of money to keep it coming endlessly can set a motherfucker up in a bad situation.
Facts.
You out with your NFL boy, he's not worried about a tab. Just get what you get. You my nigga, just get what you want. Everything on me all night. We kicking it. What you mean?
Right.
And eventually that leads to you over there blacked out in the corner and somebody saying or doing something wrong and you misreading it. Next thing you know, it's an issue.
Right. That's true. And yeah, man, it's just like you said, it's unfortunate that somebody had to lose their life, but you definitely gotta be careful, man. Like,
right. I see that exact story before too many times.
Right. Right.
Getting too drunk, not knowing what's going on, and then you causing problems because I'm sure I've been that once or twice. I'm sure I've been that once or twice. Not to that extent, but I'm definitely sure I've been that once or twice. I'm not going to lie.
Right.
But I've seen it more than I've been it. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah. No, but you're right, though. Man, yeah. You got to read the room. You got to be smarter with all that money, all that fame, you know?
Right.
You knew the and they give you that we talked about it before. They give you that like rookie
you talking about the
seminar type thing?
Publicist training, but it's like publicist.
You know what I'm talking about?
How to conduct yourself in front of the media and out in public.
Even if you say you didn't know, you knew. That's why they prevent you not knowing, because they try to help you understand how things work.
I mean, don't get me wrong, shit happens, right? Like shit happens. Right. Out of the blue, shit happens. All I'm saying is there had to have been signs that the shit was escalating before it took place with you in the car.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't just jump off out of nowhere. I refuse to
right.
That. It was a build up, and you seen it, or you might be like, "Oh yeah, he's tripping," or "Man, it's wild." Nah, bruh.
Or you knew, or either that, or you knew what it was. Y'all just went to go drilling that night, huh? Y'all wasn't even worried about the club. Y'all just went out to handle business. It almost sounds shit up. But I'm not saying that is. I'm just saying either or.
Because this is a friend that supposedly killed another friend, right? That's what it comes down to.
That's the way the article made it sound.
Right. It almost sounds similar to the Aaron Hernandez, where he was friends with supposedly the dude that he killed, and they got into it or whatever the situation.
That's what they've been comparing it to. But you know what? Even more that I think about it, is probably a situation where acquaintances, like the two that were involved in the incident directly, were acquaintances. You know how it is, like when you bring your niggas out and it's always, this is my dude from here, and we don't get along like that. I don't like your dude from there like that. But that's my nigga. Right. You're just going out and kicking it, so cool out for the night.
Right.
And eventually, as the night goes on, that leads into being a situation.
And we've all been there. Like, I've definitely been in the middle, or I've been on the other end of it too. Like you said, you know. More times, like you said, in the middle rather than on the other end. We've all been there.
But that seems like that's the more probable of the situations where it was a web of friendship, so to speak, where he was probably the main and the web branched off in different directions, and this friend here and this friend there had issues, and it ended up being bigger than it should have been.
And if that's the case too, it's like, man, you gotta know your group of, like, there's certain people I don't, know, like, you don't bring around.
Or if it's a situation like that where it's like, listen, I really don't fucks with cuz. Like, I don't fucks with him. I gotta go.
Right.
Like, this isn't a situation where I can swallow it and kick it with y'all. I have to go. If that's what this night's gonna be.
I'm trying to have a good time. I don't want none of that.
Listen. So I mean that actually seems like the most plausible now that I think about it.
Right.
But either way, blessings to both of them. The family,
Good
whoever's
luck.
involved, and him. Get out. I hope you can find a way out of this situation with your career still intact. But let's move on to somebody else whose career is barely intact. Baker Mayfield.
Ooh, okay.
Was that you that posted that in the group chat that he feels disrespected by the way the whole thing with the Browns played out?
That was me. Yes, sir. Yep.
So I thought it was. How you feel about that? Because I have my own feelings.
I mean, I feel like I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Cleveland's being a little petty. Because let's be real. You knew you were done with Baker, but you had held on when you could have been trying to deal him or whatever it is you want to do with him. I'm just saying.
You think they could have tried to deal him?
Yeah, of course. Somebody would have took Baker.
Why isn't anybody taking him now?
That's a good question.
Because you couldn't have dealt him. Everybody knew in that league that Baker was not fit to be playing. He said he had injuries. He's playing through them. So with that being said, why the fuck would I be interested to pick a Baker Mayfield up if he's injured currently? He's playing, but he's injured currently, and we can see he's not doing well with the injuries. So we need to first see what kind of Baker comes back once he's all killed up before we ever give you any sort of interest.
I agree, but it's kind of like, okay, I kind of feel like same thing with Houston. Y'all held on to Deshaun Watson for so long.
That's different, though. He didn't have injuries. He was itching.
He didn't have injuries. But I'm just saying, aside from the injuries, if somebody don't want to be there, like if to me, I don't care how good you are. If you're that unhappy, like if I'm an owner, I'm just thinking if I'm an owner, if you're that unhappy, like you don't want to play for me, you just don't. I'm not about to chase you. Maybe that's my own pride.
Well, it depends. It depends because I mean, at the same time, that's what contracts are there for.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not friends. I don't give a fuck if you don't like this. You're contractually obligated to take snaps here, unless we so choose to trade you off.
But at the same time, if you're Cleveland, do you feel like, okay, let me play devil's advocate. Flip the question. Do you feel like Cleveland already knew that they did want to move on from Baker, even though they didn't just say, I'm gonna let you go or try to trade you, and that I've been eyeing Deshaun that whole time? Like,
I think Baker. I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue.
No, you good. No, I was just saying, like, do you feel like it was a sporadic idea? Like, okay.
I do think it was a little more sporadic than planned. I think they always had it in their mind throughout the season. I don't want to say always because, of course, what the year before, he had a nice season.
Right.
But I think they always had it in their mind throughout watching him this season and knowing all the moves that everybody else was making. That's when it became, we may not be able to keep him. Like, I think at the start of the season, they were like, let's see how he works. Then he came out, said he was injured, but he's still willing to play. I think they cut him some slack and was like, but he's injured. Let's just let him cook. Right. And then I think the whole shit went down with Odell and Jarvis and all them, with his wife and the team. And it was kind of like, well, hold up, Baker. Now you're fucking up. Like, you're already on a probationary period with us.
Right.
And now you're really fucking up. And then you see Odell leave and you're like, now that's one strike right there, Baker. And then Jarvis is like, I went out too. Now I'm looking at Baker like, that's two.
Right.
And then he constantly puts himself in situations where you could give him a third at any point from any one thing. It's not worth it at this point. You know, like, it's almost like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's not that we said that we, like, us being the camel, we planned on delivering this straw or this hay.
Right.
But you put one too much on me and now I'm done. I'm broke. I'm done. I'm not dealing with it anymore. And I think that's what happened to Baker. I think they started to question his ability versus the, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. His ability versus all of the chaos he causes.
Right.
And
Which
chaos isn't the best word, but he's constantly causing little rifts in the organization. And it's just like you're not talented enough for us to be dealing with that. Especially us being Cleveland. How are we ever going to turn around with a guy like that?
Right. They probably thought another Manziel potential situation with the attitude, the arrogance,
I mean, that's what it ends up getting to.
When the person starts feeling like they're bigger than the team, I mean, that's always an issue, especially at quarterback.
Right.
But, I mean,
But he had that about him in Oklahoma.
Right.
He had that whole thing about him there.
They did, but I kind of feel like, I guess, so Kyler Murray kind of started that whole whatever. He was upset about he should make more decisions in Arizona and whatever he was upset about, all the things. And then it's like it died off, right? And he still wants a long-term contract, whatever it is. I just kind of feel like, I guess, how come do we give Kyler a pass? What I'm saying, or do we treat him like Baker Mayfield and just say like
you have to give?
I know Kyler's not injured, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like he acts like a spoiled brat to me now. Like I look at Kyler Murray a little bit differently than I used to.
You know what though? Before I make my statement, I will preface it by saying I do look at him different than I used to, but right. I will cut him some slack because I think that that's the natural swing of things nowadays, like as far as wanting to be more involved, because what happens is when you're in a league long enough as an elite quarterback, you get to the point where the team does want to consult with you about decisions because it's like your input matters because we're making this push with you. So what is it that do you feel that we need to assist you in getting to the championship? Now, over the history, once you proved yourself to be that elite quarterback over those years, i.e. Tom Brady, I would put Aaron Rodgers in it, but we all know he even went through issues in Green Bay saying he wanted to be involved with making more decisions, and he didn't like the Jordan Love pick in 2016.
He hated it.
So, no, even somebody as great as Rodgers still wasn't at that level with Green Bay to where they were asking him to be involved. But what happens now is these kids, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, they come out the gates as impressive as they are, and they expect isn't enough. You have to spend years. You have to show loyalty to the organization before they give you those reins of making decisions with them.
Right.
And these kids, Kyler Murray, Patrick Mahomes, you haven't been here long enough to be loyal enough for us to start involving you in those decisions. But when teams cave and allow it to happen, like Kansas City makes a little more sense though. But other teams look at it and they're like, oh, well, I should be there too. I should be able to reach out to my front office and say I want to be involved. And then you get your Kyler Murrays and your Deshaun Watsons. Like, Deshaun Watson was great. Greatest thing that happened to Texas probably since the history of them becoming the Texans.
Right.
But I don't know if that warranted you enough pull to be making decisions with them in Texas.
Yeah.
You haven't done enough for the organization. And I'm not saying, by no means am I saying I'm siding with Texas in that whole Deshaun Watson, but you have to understand you haven't done enough to be involved in the front office like your Brady's and your old quarterbacks that they've proven themselves. You have to pay your fucking dues, and you haven't paid them yet.
Right.
It's just that simple.
Can't skip the line.
Right. And that's exactly what it is. This younger generation tries to skip the line. It's TikTok. Let me make $1 million off of 15 seconds.
Right.
Doesn't matter how rich my content was. We just gonna kick our legs and do our dances and get millions. You know, like what kind of weird shit are y'all doing? And then you just get money off of it and you think that that's enough. That's not enough.
Cliff just Cliff just did a
what is that? You know that
form of a
little TikTok dance they do? It's weird as shit. Like,
I think the one Jamar chasing them. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
that shit is weird.
Yeah.
And I'm not hating on the whole generation. Like, get it how you live, but just understand when you do that little 15-second bullshit and you walk in the room with a Leonardo DiCaprio, he doesn't think you arrived.
Right.
He's not looking at you like you made it. He's looking like, get this fucking broke peasant away from me. Right. What is TikTok? I got Oscars. Right. Get him away from me.
Right. Right. You ain't up there with me.
And that's how it is with the quarterback situation. Nobody's near Brady. Nobody's halfway close to Brady. So your little TikTok shit can't walk into front offices when you got somebody that has multiple Oscars on his shelf.
Right. Don't work that way.
Right. Now, do I knock you for trying it? No. But I just hope your negotiation skills are well enough to where you don't look like a fool for stepping in there trying to get something you don't deserve.
Right. Might backfire on you.
Listen, and it clearly has for Kyler. I'm sure some of that's involved in Baker's situation. Mm-hmm. Like, you just want your hands in everything and you're fucking it up. You're fucking everything up.
Sometimes you gotta slow it down.
Right. But, I mean, as far as him feeling disrespected, I feel like, how the fuck you feel disrespected with the Browns, but you don't feel disrespected with the rest of the league? Ain't nobody knocking their doors down to get a Baker Mayfield since you found out that Deshaun Watson's now in Cleveland. So you're just okay with the fact nobody else wants you, but Cleveland pissed you off. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nobody else is calling saying, hey, Baker, we'd love to have you here. So it must be a you thing. It's not a Cleveland thing. It's a you thing. Now, with that being said, I do think there are interests in Seattle since they got rid of Russell. I do think that they have been looking at Baker. But what I'm getting at is nobody else is really checking for you.
Right. Mm-hmm. Not really.
So you're not as good as you thought you were in your mind to be feeling like I feel disrespected by Cleveland. Because if you were that good to where Cleveland disrespected you, you can trust and believe as soon as Cleveland picked up another quarterback, the other teams would be like, hey, what's going on with Baker? Is he available? Right. Can we pick him up? Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. So I don't know how disrespected you can feel with the Browns.
Yeah, I think he ruined his stock. I think his attitude and everything and his injuries. Yeah, he might have ruined his stock right now. I think somebody still could take him.
No, I think so for sure. I think there's a few teams that could use a Baker, but
ain't looking good right now though, Baker.
Right.
To the commercials, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe OG was right calling him Baker Manziel.
Right.
Because, and I don't think his career's over or anything like that. No. I just think, like, it's not a major, but it's slightly above minor setback that you have to go through. And it's just fucked up that you would have to go through it while people are talking bad about you like that.
Right.
Now, fans are one thing, but when your own players start doing it, like I can't work with him. I don't want to, when wide receivers start jumping shit, you're the quarterback, G. They're supposed to have utmost confidence in their quarterback. My quarterback will get me the ball. That's facts. I know that factually. Now, when you got wide receivers like my quarterback's not getting me the ball,
making highlight tapes.
Who else do y'all got? If you're not getting it to Odell and you're not getting it to Jarvis, who are you getting it to? Peoples-Jones?
Amari Cooper.
Well, I don't think that they're going to be able to have that connection. I don't think there ever will be a Baker-Amari Cooper connection.
Oh,
I think that's now Watson's guy.
Well, maybe, you gave me a good point. Maybe that's why they're trying to hang on to Baker, too, because I guess Watson could potentially face some sort of, game suspension or something in the season. I guess they haven't decided yet. for the whole allegations. Yeah, I think I don't know if the NFL hasn't handed anything out, obviously. But I think there was talks that they could.
Of course, there's going to be, but I don't.
So maybe that's why they're trying to keep Baker. Cliff is, if he is going to be out for a little bit, at least you have some sort of starting quarterback in a sense. I mean, that's just my theory, obviously, but.
Nah, because I don't think that works like that. Because even if I was Baker and I knew that, you think I'm playing now? You think I'm playing for those 3 games you need me to play in? I'm not playing. Have your new dude play.
Right, but if you want to get that check, I mean,
he feel disrespected. He's not hopping in there for your 3 games until the suspension's up. Nah, if y'all want me, get me out of here now.
Or he's throwing those 3 games. If he hops in, he's throwing those 3 games.
He's probably throwing the 3 games whether he wanted to win them or not. Yeah. Baker throwing them 3 games regardless.
Baker's like public enemy number 1 right now for the quarterback group, I feel like, in the NFL. It's funny.
He did it to himself.
He did.
Him and his wife, they both did it.
Right, yeah.
Both did it. Did it to themselves.
The Mayfields. Better luck next year, Mayfield. Shit.
Listen, and I'm trying to think where could he even go? I
heard Panthers.
I mean the Panthers, yeah. But I also heard that if Kenny's still on the board, they going for Kenny.
Kenny Pickett. I like Kenny Pickett. I mean, I'm good with Jalen Hurts. I'm just saying, I like Kenny Pickett from a draft pick.
Right. Who is that one quarterback?
The boy.
I don't know if he was a senior or not. He plays for some like the South Dakota type school or something like that. I can't think of the school. The 6'8" dude.
6'8".
He's 6'8", 265 quarterback.
Let me see.
I can't think of his name. He might be a junior.
Plays for South Dakota?
I don't think it's South Dakota. South Dakota, is it South Dakota? Not South Dakota State. Is it regular South Dakota? It's some like off school, like.
Is it Nevada Wolfpack senior quarterback Nate Cox?
Might be Nevada. Let me see. It might be Nevada.
Nate Cox is about 6'9".
Quarterback?
Yeah.
That might be exactly who I'm thinking of.
6'9", 225 is a senior.
Is that who I'm thinking of? That might be.
For Nevada Wolfpack.
Yeah, that is him. That is him. He 225.
He's going in the draft?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think he declared. I don't know. But I was just thinking about that because I was watching ESPN and they were talking about how light this specific draft class is for quarterbacks. And I was thinking, I've seen a couple of quarterbacks out there that haven't been, getting shine like that.
Right.
Like all you ever hear about is Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett. Those are the only 2 you hear about. I still think Desmond Ridder is a good quarterback, dude from Cincinnati. I think he's going to come in the league doing something. He's in the draft this year. And I was thinking, like, what other quarterbacks do I know of? And I know that boy, Nate Cox, he was getting some publicity for a little bit, but I didn't know if it was because of his size or actual skill.
Right.
But I watched some of his highlights, and it looked like he could potentially be the real deal. I don't think he's quite there yet. If he got one more year of eligibility, I do think he should use that before coming out into the league. But I do think that you may see him out there one day.
Right. I mean, 6'9", you should be able to do something in the league.
He got legs
6'9".
too. He's not scared to run the ball either, and that's what throws me off, seeing somebody that big taking off.
Right. Yeah.
But
good luck, Nate Cox.
listen, I would like to see him, just to see him in the league, just to see somebody 6'9" taking snaps. Man. You would need at least a 6'5" center.
They probably would convert him to wide receiver. Somebody probably try to convert him that tall because he'd be a target. You know what I mean?
Right, but I don't think he's quite fast enough. Maybe put some weight on him, try to get him a tight end, but going from quarterback to a tight end position, those are two different mind styles, social.
Debo tried it.
Yeah, those are different people. Like a tight end is a little more aggressive, a little more, let's take a hit, give a hit, but I can still be graceful out there if I need to. Quarterback is not about that life, that tight end life.
No.
Taking hits all game, blocking, running the hard routes, the over the middles and all that. Yeah, that I don't see a quarterback just jumping into that role.
No.
Not saying it's not possible.
That easy.
Not saying it's not possible, but
not that easy at least.
But yeah, last I saw it, and I don't even know, I can't remember who it was from, but I think that it was a mock draft, and they had Kenny Pickett going to Pittsburgh.
Playing for Pittsburgh, going to Pittsburgh.
And then not Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis going to Pittsburgh, and Kenny Pickett going to the Panthers.
That wouldn't be a bad pickup by Carolina.
Yeah, that was the last I heard about it, and they was arguing about it on ESPN because they was saying with Sam Darnold there and all that, and Sam Darnold ain't nobody. Like, at this point, we need to start looking for the next guy.
Right.
We tried you, didn't work. It's time to start looking for the next guy.
I don't think he's your franchise future Super Bowl potential winning quarterback.
Nah, not at all.
I don't think he's it.
Not at all. But other than that, Packers signed Sammy Watkins to a 1 year.
I heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen that. I think that's nice, but I don't think that's not enough. That's not enough. And he's not I think Sammy Watkins is past his prime. I'm trying to think what team where Sammy Watkins was like the man, right? Was it was it Buffalo?
He did all right in Buffalo. Yeah.
He didn't do anything in Kansas City. Buffalo was like this is Sammy Watkins, right? Like,
right.
I don't remember him going nowhere else and like, this is, Sammy Watkins. You know what I mean? Like,
right. He was injured at the Ravens, all with the Ravens.
Right. So.
Yeah, I think you are right. I think Buffalo probably was like the highlights
coming
of
out
his
party.
Career.
Right. So good luck, Sammy Watkins, in cold old Denver. I mean, you played in Buffalo, so I'm sure you're used to it. I don't think that's going to make you guys, no offense to the
Not
Packers.
Denver, Green Bay, but that's not any better.
Oh, right. Sorry. I meant to say Buffalo and then Green Bay. But yeah, my bad. Thank you. So I don't think you're going to make it a Super Bowl winning team, but good luck. Good luck.
No, and then that's what's crazy is like you're replacing Devontae Adams and Valdez Scantling.
Sammy Watkins.
What's good, Les in the building. But yeah, those are the two wide receivers that you have to replace, and you pick up a broke down Sammy Watkins. Like, don't get me wrong, he could still get some yards up, but for how long? How many games does he make it?
Right.
I definitely don't think he makes it a full 17-game season.
No. I doubt. I'd
He's
be
out at least
surprised.
7 of those games.
Right. Right. Because let me see. Hey Siri, how old is Sammy Watkins? Wow,
What's
he's
it?
my age. Well, he's a year younger. He's 28. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know. Maybe hopefully he could come back healthy. That's not a bad pick if he's at 100%.
right.
But I don't think that puts a dent
No.
in where you need to be to get to the top of the NFC. Not even the AFC, the NFC. Let's say Sammy ain't it. I think that's because you got
Sammy.
resentment that he ain't play for y'all.
Right.
Y'all had him and he ain't even play.
That's
I
exactly what
think
it
that's what
is.
that is.
I
But
see. I see old ass Calais Campbell's going back to Les's Baltimore Ravens on a 2-year, $12.5 million deal.
for real.
Calais Campbell, the name still sounds nice, but his performance, I don't think. You know what I mean? I don't. I haven't really heard about him being like an impact player in a long time now.
I don't know what that was. Um, I'm trying to think though what receivers are still out there that can be
For
picked up.
let me see. Let's see.
I was talking to somebody at the at this little family function we had today. They said that DK Metcalf is up for grabs. He's a free agent.
He told me he's trying to. Did he? He told me. Well, not
Well,
told me.
not
Like I
free
know.
agent. He's not a free agent, but it's his contract year. Like he could
Year.
potentially
He a
leave
free
if he doesn't
agent.
want to.
Okay. I
Right.
could see him. I could see him leaving. He posted some stuff talking about he wants to be the leader in Seattle now since Bobby Wagner and Russell Wilson left. He wants to lead the team and step up. But like you said, at the end of the day, if he ain't winning ball games and it's a contract year, DK, I'm sure you're gonna go ahead and leave.
And then if I was a player on the NFC, I would be nervous regardless because
Right.
of course you're fighting for the best spot in your conference, but after the conference is over, you still got to see a big dog out of the AFC.
Right.
Whoever's coming out is going to be like a fuck type game.
Right.
So if I'm DK Metcalf and I'm going for a championship, I can't stay with Seattle.
Right.
I can't stay
No,
with
not at
Seattle.
all.
I might go to
Right.
Green Bay. I might be like, hey, Aaron, could you get me? I'm a big enough target. You think you can hit me if I
Right.
come out there?
Right.
I don't know that Green
Let me
Bay
see.
would be the spot if I'm him, but I mean, if you're staying in the NFC, where else would you be? You're not going to the
Philly.
Bucks.
Philly with Jalen Hurts making magic.
He's not
Cliff,
thinking
can
about no
you
fucking
imagine?
Philly.
You
Now, I
imagine,
do think
Cliff?
that you did put a lot of players on notice. Like I should be thinking about a Philly now because they made the playoffs this year so unexpectedly.
Right.
But I don't think that you get players like DK Metcalf on the back end of their career that's willing to roll the dice on a Philly. I think you go somebody more proven. Like Green Bay would make more sense to me.
But it's like, yes, you have Aaron Rodgers, but how long do you get him for? Versus Jalen Hurts is still yet to hit his ceiling, and you know that he has a lot more time to, become great, be great, potentially win. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's my thing. Like, so, like, I don't know. I guess it's a good. I guess it's a good question, like to kind of just ask in general. Like, what would you like if you were in the league, right? And you're a younger player that's like approaching your prime or hitting your prime. you have a chance to play with a legend, a future Hall of Famer. You're not sure how many more years he has left. And let's be honest, he can't get you over the hump historically lately as far as getting to the Super Bowl goes, let alone winning one. Do you go with him or do you go with a young, up and coming, let's say quarterback in this case?
If I'm DK, I go with him. I go with Aaron Rodgers. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm thinking from me being DK Metcalf. He's 29 years old.
Right.
I can go to Green Bay on a 2-year deal, just judging off of how much longer I think Aaron may have some juice, which would give Philly just enough time to start getting more confident as a team into where they are and then make a push for there. Because I don't think 2 years takes too much off of Philly's timeline to where you miss that train.
Right.
You're still DK Metcalf. You can still go there. Let them develop, and I'll take the absolute shot right now that's available to me. Philly is a shot in the dark. I'm not saying that you don't add a player like DK and maybe some defensive pieces. Y'all aren't a Super Bowl contending team. It's just that's a shot in the dark. Green Bay is at least right there at that threshold. Now, they may be falling, but they're still one of the people that you're like, wouldn't be surprised if they come out the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree.
Philly, you're like, I'm surprised Philly came out the NFC. That makes it a shot in the dark trade or signing.
Right. Now, we've also got some draft. Well, I see what you're saying. I guess you're also
for somebody of that caliber, it's crazy. Not crazy, but you know what I mean. But yeah, once y'all make y'all's draft picks, that's where I think y'all are the most dangerous right now. Right. Is the fact that y'all got all them draft picks to use. Once y'all get them there, it's still a few games before we hit trade deadline. People gonna be seeing Philly like, you know what? It looks a lot better to me now.
Right.
But right now, before the season's even started, you're not going to pick no marquee players up off free agency or,
No, not coming to Philly. Nah, I don't think Nick Sirianni's flower planting stories cliff is going to entice a whole lot of marquee players to come to Philly right now.
I mean, you never know, though. Something's working.
Whatever, we need to take a page out of Josh McDaniels' book. Whatever he's saying to people's working. I don't know what he's telling me.
I don't know. I feel like you give him a lot of praise. I'm waiting until I see this season before I
mean, you have to, right? Somehow, Carr got an extension, right? Chandler Jones got signed. Obviously, Devontae Adams. I'm sure they're still not done yet doing whatever they're doing.
Devontae Adams was coming regardless. I've been saying Devontae Adams was coming to the Raiders after that year when we first started the podcast.
But if a coach that was there didn't want, let me rephrase, not say that wouldn't want Devontae Adams, but if they just didn't see the, I don't know. Some people overlook people, as we know, right? So I'm saying that maybe somebody might have overlooked him and been like, maybe we don't need him. We're fine. What I'm saying is I feel like Josh McDaniels had to be on board with Devontae Adams coming because obviously if he maybe felt like it wasn't going to really help the team, they wouldn't have, pursued him. That's all I was saying. But yeah, I see what you're saying though. Like he already had talked about and intended trying to come to Las Vegas or the Raiders one way or another.
Right. Right. We knew that. We knew they was best friends. We knew. I was saying that. I was saying, listen, if they don't get Green Bay something, and I wish I could remember what episode it was, and I would really clip that shit out. Devontae Adams is coming to Oakland after that year.
Right.
I said it.
Right.
I mean, I knew it's on the wall. It was on the wall.
Writing on the wall.
Listen, because so I guess it's just, not to sound like corny or nothing, but it's certain friendships. It's like the LeBron D. Wade thing. Like, when you got certain friendships, of course, it makes me play better playing with them.
Right. The chemistry.
Let's set DK to the Rams. That would be dangerous.
That
I could see that happening too. I could see that move happening, especially if he's staying with the NFC. But I don't know if they have enough to get him. They didn't sold away their first two born children.
Gave Bobby Wagner some big money. They gave Bobby Wagner some big money.
Yeah, they didn't. They've been doing a lot in LA. I don't know if they can squeeze a DK into that.
They have to reconstruct some kind of somebody's deal, somebody's contract, which happens.
Right.
I mean, if their people are really, bought in, they'll do it.
But as I was saying though, I can't say as much as I really don't like Carr that I'm not excited to see what happens this year, because just to have your nigga there with you is like, that's enough. Like, even when I'm tired, that's enough to get me a little more amped than I would be. My nigga out here, we gotta work. We about to work.
Right.
So
do this. We need this together.
And the fact that they are that close, it speaks a little bit more to me on Derek Carr. Like, they that close, of friends. It has to be something there. They gotta have some sort of connection.
Right.
But at the same time, This ain't Fresno State and this ain't fucking college. This is a new fucking game.
Maybe they're thinking it might work, though. Because like I said, you see the Joey B's, Jamar Chases, the Tua, the Waddles.
Well, I'm sure they'll have some sort of chemistry.
Right.
I'm sure they already have it. Because they said they used to work out in the off season after the season was over anyway.
Right.
So from them working out every year since they've been in the league, I'm sure he knows what stride he can hit him in.
Right.
That's the guy I throw to when I practice. I got him.
Oh, yeah. Right. And they're hanging out all the time talking about they're going to be.
Right.
I think it'll definitely boost Carr's confidence, and I think it'll boost his play as well, having Devontae out there.
I'm excited to see him. I've even been hearing people say they got Raiders for a favorite to win it, and I'm not quite on that level yet. I said, we all know it's still Derek Carr, though. At the end of the day, it's still Derek Carr. I don't know that we win a Super Bowl with this team as good as it looks. And I know there's still pieces that they plan on putting in place, and they look like they're setting themselves up to do it. So I am impressed with the moves that they have been making with Josh McDaniels and what's his name, David Wentz or something.
Right.
Something.
It's something. Yeah. It's something. Yeah.
I ain't caught on to him yet. He ain't gave me a reason to quite remember the name. I'm still looking forward to seeing if he provides me with that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a hopeful year for a lot of teams. That's what I'm excited for in the NFL. Very, very hopeful year. What else did I have seen? I had seen too, Cliff. So Trevor Simeon was picked up by the Chicago Bears.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Bears franchises clear vision for future attracted quarterback Trevor Simeon. This was NFL.com post on April the 10th. It just said, within the Bears' new look organization, quarterback Trevor Simeon sees a strong visualization of what lies ahead. Right. And that was a prevailing reason he was enticed to sign with the franchise. So Bill's got some competition.
No, I don't think that's what that is at all. I think that's the backup. Because we all know Fields can get a bit reckless from watching him at Ohio State. Who's JL Foles?
Oh, that's my boy. One of my boys I grew up with. What up, Logan?
What's good? Logan. You ain't have to give my guy's government out, but.
But that's not. Look, that ain't even his first name. That's his middle name.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, now keep giving him clues.
All right. He a punk ass Dolphins fan, so he's been hyped.
Oh, okay. He might be hyped this year too. We gonna see if Tua get them boys that ball.
Right. What's
the
offensive line? What's the offensive line looking like?
That he just said that he said just joined in. What's y'all's thoughts on the Dolphins this year? My biggest concern is Tua getting Waddle and Tyreek Hill the ball.
I need to know what the O-line's like.
Like I just feel like you got two of the fastest wide receivers in the league. I don't know that you have the quarterback to get it to them unless it's short quick routes.
Right.
Short quick routes and let them work, not so much just burn them on a route and let me hit you on it. But I mean, he's been working with Tyreek and them. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I don't know. They may shock me. I'm not above being wrong, but that's my biggest concern with Miami. I do like the moves that they're making though. That's impressive. I like the push that they're making to be great. But
yeah, and I want to see can Tua stay healthy?
That's another good question. But didn't they get what's the name? Brissett as the backup?
Hey Siri, who are the quarterbacks for the Miami Dolphins? Yeah, that'd be him. That's who it is. Yep, they have Jacoby Brissett and Tua. Yeah.
I'm not mad at Jacoby Brissett being your backup. Yeah, that's even if Tua goes down, putting Jacoby Brissett in. As a Dolphins fan, I wouldn't automatically think our season is over.
Right.
Jacoby can still cook depending on which one shows up.
Right. And I like Jacoby. And I guess, did you hear about Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill supposed to have a fast man competition? Right, yeah.
They better not pull no motherfucking hamstrings trying to show off with each other.
Man. They're not. Y'all better wait till after the season.
Mm-hmm. Right. Y'all better do a congratulatory race at the end of the motherfucker. Fuck all that.
Right. Yeah, and then go. And I seen also, this is as of April 12th, pass rusher Melvin Ingram as visiting the Dolphins. He had played for Kansas City this past season. Edge rusher. So I guess the Dolphins been trying to load up.
I said I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. And I mean, why not? Like, the NFC is open right now. Like, yeah, Brady's back. That's the biggest concern. Rodgers lost all his weapons. So the NFC is open right now. It's really for the taking.
Right.
You might as well go all in and try to get what you can out of it. Wait, the Dolphins is in the NFC?
AFC East.
I always do that. I'm tripping.
Miami, Buffalo, what is it? New York and Miami, Buffalo, New York. And
I'm tripping. I do that all the time.
Kansas City is Miami, West. Buffalo, New York. Oh.
Kansas City is with the Raiders, Broncos, and the Chargers.
Yeah, that's gonna bug me. So
I always do Buffalo. That though. I mistake Dolphins for NFC. That's why I had to pull back for a second. Like, wait a minute.
Right. No, yeah, they in the tough AFC. So I just realized. So that extension y'all gave Carr, it was a 3-year, $121.5 million contract. That's some good money. That's some good money.
And like I told you off podcast, the only reason why I'm not upset with that is because to match Devontae, like once he's out, if he's not there, if Devontae Adams is not there, I really don't see a need of having Derek Carr as your quarterback.
Right.
So the 3 years fine currently. At least they'll be together. Devontae has a 3 as well, right? Or 4.
Um,
I know his contract was one of the highest. I know Tyreek Hill is the one who beat him when he went to
I thought it
Miami.
was four. I thought it was 4 or 5. Devontae's. I can try to
I
double
don't even
check.
know if I wrote it down because I was looking for it the other day in here, to be honest.
Did you see that Stephen Gilmore signed with the Indianapolis Colts?
Uh-huh. I
That's
did
a
see
good
that.
pickup.
It
That's a
is.
good pickup if he can still perform, which I feel like he can. I need to see him do something now.
Right, right. Yeah, nah, that is.
Carolina Carolina was quiet for him, but New England obviously, that was the All Pro days. But Carolina was kind of quiet when he got traded to Carolina or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I didn't really hear about him in Carolina like that. This is
Yeah.
an interesting clip. My bad.
What?
Go ahead.
Nah. You got it.
So I just seen on NFL.com, it says April 14th article, Kyler Murray not expected to play for Cardinals without new contract. It says Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray is not expected to play in Arizona this season without a new deal, according to reports and sources.
You might be right there. You might be right. I mean, he is being real bratty right now, but you might be right in terms of. I mean, keep it real, just in terms of, like, I was trying to defend him, like, from not being a brat, and yeah, you're seeing more and more of it.
Right.
But I also said, you remember what I said? Don't try to take it from me. I said that I think you see him in the MLB real soon. I think you see him pull from football and go back to baseball coming up pretty soon. Too. I think this is the start of him burning his bridges. I think this is the start of him burning his bridges to where it's like, why would I stay here? I can make money in the MLB and not have to take this punishment. I'm out.
Right. Yeah, he's a brat. The only other thing that I had, Cliff, as far as the NFL updates, and we can, go on with whatever, was what was the last thing I had just seen? Sorry. I guess I had seen that Dwayne Haskins was honored today at the Ohio State
spring game.
Which is cool.
I didn't see it, but yeah, I saw that it happened.
I'm debating if before I leave Pittsburgh tomorrow, if I want to try to drive by the stadium. I guess they had hung up, stuff outside the stadium or whatever in honor for him and stuff.
Just for real?
Yeah, I may try to.
Yeah, that might be interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, that's cool. Everybody's paying respects and trying to honor him as best as they can. That's the last thing that I had though about it.
Yeah, that's another unfortunate incident, G. Yeah, life happens. Other than that, I did want to. I'm trying to remember. That's what I want to shout out Sebastian Fondora. He definitely beat the shit out of my guy. What's my guy's name? Martin Erickson Lubin. Damn, I forgot to upload the pictures. Did you see his face
in the video you sent me?
Nah, that's the tonight's fights. Look up Erickson Lubin. Look up in Google ERIKSONLUBIN, and I guarantee his face is gonna pop up and tell me he don't look like Martin. That's the fight we talked about last Saturday where I said, dude, 6'5". Oh, you wasn't on there. You had been off. Me and Britt. That was me and Britt.
Oh, yeah. That's right, man.
But I want to say he beat him in, what was it, the 7th round? They threw in a towel. I mean, they definitely should have threw in a towel.
It was that bad?
Yeah, they said that I guess there was people in the crowd throwing ice at the trainers trying to get him to throw in the towel sooner. His face
Dang.
is fucked up. Like his face is fucked up. He suffered a broken nose, a fractured orbital. Um, it was something else major on his. I want it's like a broken jaw or something. And then it was just like lumps. He looked like Martin, unrecognizable from him going in to him coming out. Like my nigga really rearranged his face.
Right.
Like when I say shit like that, that's what I mean when I say rearrange your face. That he rearranged his face.
Dang.
He fucked him up.
Dang.
I could and then just watch it. He couldn't even hold his mouth or close his mouth. He was just holding his mouth open and blood was dripping out. And I was just thinking to myself, like, those next 3 days are going to be hell. Yeah, while you fighting, your adrenaline's pumping and you good. But when you come down after that fight, you start feeling everywhere they hit you. Like, oh, my ribs. Did he hit me in my back? What the fuck is going on? Everything.
My back.
Right. Everything hurts. And when I was looking at his face, I was like, he is going to be going through it for at least the next 3 days.
Damn, geez.
It takes a true warrior mentality to go through that shit. And I have nothing but respect to the man. But my nigga, he beat you like Martin. He looked like Tommy Hearns, like that Martin Tommy Hearns episode. You still ain't found the picture?
No, hold on. You said how you spell it?
Erickson Lubin, Erikson. And his last name is Lubin, Lubin.
Okay.
I know that's got to be the first thing that pops up is his face.
I see his. Let me see. No, they ain't show. Oh, hold on. He broke his nose. Ooh.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
seeing looking at it now. Oh. Oh yeah, G. It look like more.
Yeah. He rearranged shit.
That don't look too good.
I want to say it was the 7th round. I can't remember. I tried to look it up, but I can't find it.
Let me see. He's 26.
Yeah, he ain't. He still got time to bounce back. He can definitely bounce back. That's only his second loss. His only other loss is to Jamal Charlo. So he is elite. The nigga is an elite fighter, but that nigga Fendora,
beat the
nigga,
brakes
you
off
6'5",
him.
you 6'5", 154 pounds. Like you're fighting 5'8"ers and shit like that.
Right.
Like you could, like being that big, you should be that's what Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence said. That nigga's a cheat code. That's when you get a boxing game and you make him as tall as you can in the smallest weight class and just beat up on. That's what he is, and he proved that's what he was.
That he ain't have to do him like that. He ain't have to do him like that. That was bad.
Your boy said who y'all got winning the Khamzat Chimaev and the Kamaru Usman fight. I mean, you know me, I'm going Usman all day, but I know that that's definitely not an easy fight for him. But Usman's different.
Yeah, I'm going with that boy Usman.
Usman's just different.
Yeah, that boy's a beast.
Yeah. But other than that, Ryan Garcia won his fight by decision. He got a UD, a unanimous decision in his fight against Emmanuel Tago. And then tonight, of course, is the unification fight against Errol Spence and Yordenis Ugas. Errol Spence 27-0, 21 KOs. Yordenis Ugas is 27-4, 12 KOs. That's going to be a very interesting fight. I'll definitely say that Yordenis Ugas has all of the ability to beat Errol Spence. I just don't know if he has enough power to keep Errol off of him for 12 rounds. And that's what you have to do. You can't let Errol Spence get in close enough to do damage because he's this modern day Marvin Hagler.
Right.
He is the modern day Marvin Hagler. I don't know of a better comparison to give. And you can't let somebody like him inside close enough to do damage. Ugas is good enough to keep him on the outside, but I don't know for how long. He's not powerful enough. He's not powerful enough to do that. So, unless he catches him with a lucky shot, I think I'm giving it to Errol. I don't want to say Errol knocks him out, though, because Errol's been off the ring for a year and some change with a detached retina, so he's not as sharp as he could be. He hadn't been in a ring in a while. So I think it's gonna be Errol by unanimous decision. I'm gonna give him the UD. And then other than that, common opponent, Errol Spence fought South African fighter Chris Van Yeerden. He's 28-2 and with one draw, 12 KOs. He's fighting the legend Nigel Benn's son, Conor Benn, who's 21-0 with 14 KOs tonight as well over in the UK. So that's going to be a good fight also. Nobody's going to watch it. I honestly feel bad for... Well, nobody's going to watch it here, I should say.
Right.
A lot of people go and watch it over in the UK. They say that's the boxing country. That's their favorite sport over there, they say. But I don't see them holding the candle to Spence Ugas. Because there's still a lot of people out in the UK and Britain that's going to be watching that Spence fight too. Because, of course, the winner is supposed to be fighting Terrence Crawford. And that's going to be the fight of the decade. Just like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather was the fight everybody was waiting for way back when. Now it's Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. So... hopefully Spence gets the win, so we definitely get a Terrence Crawford fight. That would be the best way to go. Then if he beats Ugas and beats Crawford, he's undisputed at welter. But I can see Terrence Crawford giving him hell. That's gonna be a good fight. But J.O. Foles said I think Usman got hands that Chimaev doesn't have. But Chimaev can out wrestle Usman in my opinion. But yeah, no, I don't even know if I agree with that though, because Kamaru Usman has very underrated wrestling. He doesn't have to use it, is what it comes down to. But he was a NCAA wrestling champ, I believe. Coming out of college, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's. I mean, I would definitely give the wrestling advantage to what's his name, Chimaev, but I still don't think that's enough to take him down. He's different. I'm telling you, Usman's different. Right. Usman is just different at the end of the day. But yeah, no, I don't think I have too much else. You got anything?
Nope. Trying to figure out real quick who this hit the showers is gonna be. Man.
I went blank for a second there. Yeah, I don't even know who my hit the showers is.
Yeah, man, I need to.
Yeah, I do. My hit the showers is going to Baker fucking Mayfield, man.
Ooh, I know mine now too. Then I'm just going to his butt buddy right now, Kyler Murray, just on the same way.
Listen, man. It's a quarterback shower today.
It's a quarterback shower today. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
Baker gotta hit the
That's
shower.
what it is.
Fuck all that disrespect and all that bullshit. Nigga, earn it.
Right. Right. You know what I mean? Y'all can't skip the line, man. Y'all ain't solidified yourself yet. I'm sorry. So
listen.
Quit crying.
Yeah, that's going to Baker. What you piggybacking on Kyler.
I
Kyler
did.
The same way is how you
I
feel.
did.
Okay.
I did.
I caught
Because
that.
when you said that, the light bulb came on. I'm like, oh wait, okay. Yeah. Especially after that article I read to you recently about Kyler Murray, but I'm not playing supposedly until all right, bro. I mean, I get it in a sense, but I feel like
you gotta get your coin, but at the same time, you can't do it at the expense of your team.
Right.
And you wasn't in the best spot with your team before this took place.
Thank you. So that's why Kyler Murray, you gotta hit the showers. You and Baker, don't hit the quarterback room.
Right.
Quarterback showers. Do better.
Man. Listen.
Be men.
I don't got nothing. You got anything to take us out?
Like, share, subscribe.
Troll. Whatever you feel.
Be back Wednesday.
Yeah.
Y'all, what, 7:30?
Wednesday,
we
7:30 Eastern.
When's the draft? When's the NBA draft?
You mean the NFL draft?
Right, that's right.
I think that's. I know it's in May. I don't know the date exactly. It's on Thursday. We just looked it up the other day.
That's right. I thought there was a draft this month though. Some sort of draft.
Not in April, unless it's April 28th. But
hey Siri, when is the NFL draft?
I guess it could be April 28th. I'm not sure.
Now you got me. It's gonna bug me. Hold on, real quick. It's gonna bug me. NFL. By the way, 76ers are beating Toronto 97-82. Sixers in Toronto.
Utah beat Dallas, and didn't I think the Timberwolves beat Memphis.
Really?
JL Foles said April 28th, I think y'all might be right. It might be April 28th.
Yeah. I knew there was a draft in April. That's why, it is.
Yeah, May 28th is the Tank Davis Rolly Romero fight.
Right. So
that might be why I got May 28th on the mind.
So we'll probably do, we're back next Wednesday. We'll probably maybe do that following week because it's on the Thursday, the draft.
Yeah, probably do a Thursday show for the draft night.
Yep.
Like we did last year.
Yep. So look for that shower heads. NFL round 1 draft night, April 28th.
Yeah, we probably will do that.
NBA night on Wednesday.
But yeah, I don't got nothing else. Check us out on Wednesday. It's start of the playoffs. That should be very interesting. Very interesting episode. It looks like, hold up, let me see, based on all of our picks. Well, no, Mock would be down 1 because the Timberwolves beat the Grizzlies, I believe, and you got the Grizzlies coming out of that.
That's crazy.
Let me look it up just to be safe. I listened to last week's episode. I said a couple things off. I didn't mean to. I meant
you were right. 130 to 117.
Oh yeah, about the game. Yeah, nah, but I was talking about Darius Garland. I said he averaged a triple-double. I say that all the time. I said he almost did. I mean to say double-double, and I always say triple-double for some reason. I don't catch myself saying it.
Well, at
least and there was something else.
At least you caught yourself.
I can't remember though. But yeah,
Nuggets Warriors at 8:30 tonight too. Game 1. And Steph Curry is playing tonight.
Yeah, I know they said he was questionable, so he is coming in. Wait, you said who the Raptors and the Sixers are playing right now? Oh, you cut out. Yep, can't hear you. But it don't matter. We'll catch it. We'll be going over it on motherfucking Wednesday anyway.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. I have to figure that out offline. But I said the Raptors and 76ers are, it's 107-88, Philly, into the third quarter.
Okay.
Yep. So round one, game one.
And I picked the Raptors in this series in 7.
Nah, gee.
Fuck that.
Yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen on Wednesday. Like I said, more like you said, more to come on NBA. Shit, like you always say, what? Be good or be good at it.
Or be good at it, motherfuckers will catch you.
All that. Peace.